I don't remember taking my roommate's car, right? And just so the last thing, well, no, I do. The last thing I remember is I was driving around Pasadena, right? And boom, next scene, it's them pulling a catheter out my penis because I had OD'd. And I was naked. They had Narcaned me, and they, you know, had fluids down my throat and shit. And you know, I woke up and you know, my very first reaction was like, I checked, like, where's my Xanax bars? Where's my Xanax bars, right? Like, not the fact that, like, shit, I almost died, I'll never do that again, right? So, you know, I was furious, you know what I mean? So they had a donation box. So because of that, they had to cut my jeans off and my shirt and all that. So they brought me a donation box of clothing, and the outfit they had picked out for me, it was like, it was December at this time. I had a shaved head just like this. It was freezing cold, right? And they gave me a green, like, elf, like Santa hat kind of thing with the ball at the end, and with reindeer on the front, right? And you would click the button and it would light up and go, jingle bells, jingle all the way, right? So they gave me that shit. And I don't know if you remember the women's surf company called Roxy, but they gave me a orange halter top with, like, the pointy sleeves, you know, and I'm all like 90 pounds soaking wet, all sucked up. So I had the elf hat with the reindeer that sang and lit up, and then I had the orange halter top on, right? And they only had women's and kids clothing in this donation box, right? So they gave me like a size medium children's sweatpants. They were neon green, and then, like, the paper, like, shoes that they give you in the hospital, right? So I walk out the hospital. Oh, this is the important part. They give me a handwritten note with car keys, and mind you, I didn't have a car at this time, you know? And they're like, here is where your car is parked. They kind of drew, like, a kid's map, you know, to find my car. They're like, here's where your car is parked, and here's the keys to your car. And I'm like, car? They're like, yeah, your red Toyota. I was like, oh, yeah, that car. So, you know, I get back to the car. I look around the back seat. All my prescription pills were just dumped all over the floor. Like, so I don't know if a neighbor walking their dog was walking by and called 911 or something. And the paramedics only came because if the cops had come, I would have got a DUI and, you know, GTA and all that kind of shit. So when I got back from the hospital, I had all my pills still, right? And I was just like, fuck, what a mess. I drove back to my house, parked the car. I got in a huge fight, right? Like, you know when you've been up all night, like, smoking crack or whatever, and, like, you know, the leaf blower's going at 7 a.m., you know what I mean? Like, so the gardener, I was furious because I was just falling asleep, right? So all 90 pounds soaking wet of me runs downstairs, and this gardener is like this huge, like, 350-pound black dude. Like, he would have mollywopped my ass, right? And I'm calling him offensive things, right? And you know, I was not in my right mind. And I went to go swing on him, and this dude just grabbed me and, like, body slammed me on the ground and just sat on me and, like, held my arms down until I, like, calmed down, right? So I end up getting evicted right there. Like, the landlord saw the whole thing and was like, you're out, you know, your parents can come back to pick up your stuff, right? And so I'm like, shit, I'll show you, right? So I hobble down the street, and I still had some Xans, like, hidden in my closet, right? So I popped a couple Xanax bars, and right down the street from where I lived, there was this drive-through mini mart where they sold beer, right? So I got some 32 Miller High Life, right? And mind you, like, you know, my girl at the time, you know, she'd always dome me up, and she'd always get all mad at me, like, you're drinking again, huh? I'm like, no, you know? And she's like, I know you are, because I know you're on Suboxone. So your cum already tastes like Suboxone. It's like a lemon lime flavor. It's disgusting. But now it tastes like Miller High Life too, you know? But she swallowed it, and, you know, better her than me, right? So I go and get this beer after popping a couple bars. I drink this beer, and I walk down the street towards Old Town Pasadena. And the next thing I know is... like, so I'm drinking, boom. Next scene, I wake up to like a hammer, like hitting the wall, like they're doing construction, right? And I wake up and it's like this paisa, like nailing in shit onto the wall, like they're doing construction. And I'm like on this couch in a place I've never been in my life. I have no idea where I am. But they had like made a bed for me and a pillow and all that. And I get up to leave, and they're like, no. And I guess like the wife or whatever came in, and she was like, no, we found you like dead in our front yard last night. This was like 12 hours later when I came to, and they carried me inside, right? And made up my bed and like took care of me, fed me like menudo or whatever, right? To bring me back to life. And they're like, no, don't leave. So I leave because I'm like, I check to see like if I still have my kidneys and shit, you know what I mean? And I walk outside and I look up the street, and there's the mini mart where I had got my Miller High Life. So I literally was blacked out and just face planted on their front lawn. And they brought me in and took care of me, right? So and I went and took the roommate's car again, totaled it on my way to go cop, and just left it parked there. And he'd call me like, dude, where's my car? And I'm like, dude, I don't know. Like our landlord evicted me, man. Like maybe she took it. You know what I mean? Anyways, I ended up being, even as strung out as I was, you know, I was always a good dude. I think that's why I'm still alive, you know, because, you know, I was sick in my disease, but I did treat people, you know, as well as I could, you know what I mean? And I think because of my good karma and because I am a good person, that's what's kept me alive this long. But this, you know, maybe you can chop this video up if it has to be 5 minutes, but I just wanted to share that because that was literally 2 overdoses in a 24-hour period of time. And you know, that's the insanity of this disease, man. And you know, I have so many funny, crazy stories. Maybe we could save that for, you know, the actual interview or whatever. But I hope this one cuts it, man. Much love to you, man, and Dopey Podcast. And let's get it going. Peace.